Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Chepstow Racecourse here on Tuesday. It is December the 27th, 2016. I'm going to look at race number 4 in the featured fifth race, the Welsh Grand National. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections from racetracks across the world. So let's get on to it. Races 4 and 5, the 2 o'clock and the 2:40. The 2 o'clock race number 4 from Chepstow is the Future Champions Finale Juvenile Hurdle. We have Grade 1 horses, Class 1 horses going for a purse of $73,500. That's an American currency, don't get confused. It's for juvenile 3-year-olds. Field of only 5 horses traveling 2 miles over the hurdle course. Very good race here, and there's a very heavy favorite in this one, being the one horse, Defy de Seal. I probably mispronounced it, but I don't care. It's just a one horse. I'm going to use him as a top pick. I'm going to use him also in a tri-cat wager or a trifecta wager. I'm going to go 1-3-5. 1-3-5 in the tri-cat. But number 1, Defy du Soleil. Richard Johnson on this 3-year-old gelding, trained by Philip Hobbs. Last time out at Shelton on the 10th of December in a juvenile hurdle for Class 2 horses. This horse really won very well, winning by 1/4 lengths, jumped well. Field of 5 horses. It was just an all-around great victory. If you can run back to that start today, I think this horse has it in the bag. Start before at Shelton. November the 12th in the Grade 2 JCB Triumph Trial Juvenile Hurdle. Horse won by 1/3 lengths. Again, it was a very nice victory. I don't know. Hopefully this horse. Maybe I'm hoping not. This horse is. I hope this horse isn't Shelton Specialist, where he loves that course and he can't run anywhere else. But he jumped very well all throughout. Very little mistakes. And then first start over the jumps came in October the 15th. 2 miles in a juvenile maiden hurdle. Horse won by 5 lengths. 25 cents to the dollar. Did what a 25 cents to the dollar favorite should do: win easy, and that's what he did. This horse is going to be facing a little bit of a challenge today in his very short career. But I just looking over these horses, I don't think. If there could be one horse that could maybe beat him, I think it could be the 3-horse Dolos. But he looks very hard to beat. I want to go back to actually a race. Back at Lyon Paris in France back in April 24th. So I remember watching this replay live, watching the race live, and then seeing the replay actually earlier today again. I just watching that juvenile national hunt flat race. This horse ran incredibly well, won by 7.5 lengths. That was one of the easiest victories I saw in those national hunt races in France. But I think this horse has it in the bag. So to recap my bets for race number 4, the 2 o'clock from Chepstow, it's the Future Champions Finale Juvenile Hurdle. Gonna go with the one horse Defy de Soleil. Gonna go 1-3-5. 1-3-5 in the tri-cat wager. So now let's get on to race number 5 from Chepstow. The 2:40 post time. It's the Coral Welsh Grand National. It's a Grade 3 handicap chase, Class 1 horses going for a purse of $220,500. That's in American currency. It's for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 20 horses tackling the 3 miles and 11/16 journey over the steeplechase course. 3 miles and 11/16. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's like 3 miles and 5.5 furlongs. I think maybe 6.5 furlongs. It's something like that. But it's a long journey ahead of them in this Welsh Grand National, and it's a very difficult race. I normally just give out my top 3. Usually in tri-cat wager, but I'm going to give out 3 top selections in this race. If one of these horses comes in, say you just do $1 to win place, or $1 each way, as I believe you guys call it in the UK, on each of these 3 horses with the odds, I think you can make your money back on that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do $1 to win in place on the 1, 5, and 16. 1, 5, and 16. 3 top selections in this race because it's just a difficult race. So 1, 5, 16. Number 1, Native River. 4-1, Richard Johnson on this Colin Tizard trained 6-year-old gelding out of Indian River. This horse is coming off a bit of a layoff of about 4 weeks or so. Last time out, November the 26th at Newbury, 3 miles and a quarter of the steeplechase course, and the Grade 3 Hennessy Gold Cup. Horse won by a half length that day at 7-2, and was really, held on that day. But it was a nice run. He jumped well. He looked he was weakening a tiny bit in the run-in, but he had enough left to to hold on. You know, start before Weatherby, October 29th, first start of the jump season in the Grade 2 Bet 365 hurdle. Horse finished second by 3/4 of a length that day, and just didn't have anything left over after the final few fences. Excuse it was the horse's first start of the jumping season, so just throw that race out. Then last year of the jumping season last year at Aintree, April 8th, in the Grade 1 mid May novice chase. Horse won by 3 lengths. A very nice victory that day with Johnson up. I think that does scare me a little bit. He is going to be top weight here of 166 pounds. He has won at 164 pounds this past April at Aintree, but he has a big challenge ahead of him. I, he's going the farthest he's been in quite a while. His last time he ran uh, further distance was on March 15th at Shelton, 4 miles in the amateur novice chase. Horse finished second that day behind Manila Rocco, and was really closing up to that day, but couldn't catch him. But the weight does scare me a little bit with being top weight. But if this is a good horse could overcome that. So I'll use this horse as a dollar to win in place. I'm also going to use the 5 horse here at 15 to 1 Theater Guide. This 9-year-old gelding out of King's Theater with Patty Brennan up for Colin Tizard, another Colin Tizard trained horse in this race. This horse is coming off a run on December 9th at Shelton, 3 miles and a quarter in the Grade 3 Unicoin Group Handicap Chase. Horse won by nose that day, and just got there. He ran a very good race. It was his first victory since last February. It was a nice race. But start before in the Hennessy Gold Cup at Newbury, this horse had a disastrous trip. Finished 18th by 17 lengths. He's just weakening very badly. I don't know if he liked the ground. It was quite wet that day. But I think today he should do better jumping longer. Watch out for this horse to run a good one. Last victory for this horse before the last one at Shelton came on February 27th at Kempton, 3 miles in the Bet Bright Chase. Horse won by 10 lengths and a total runaway victory. He was running very well. Watch out for this horse to run a big one here today. I also like the 16 horse here. Number 16, Firebird Flyer, 12 to 1. Ran this race last year. Well, actually, not last year. I think last year was the year it was supposed to run, day after Boxing Day, and it got canceled because the ground got canceled for like 3 weeks, I think, in a row. They finally ran this race January 9th of this year, the Welsh National, and this horse finished second by 3 1/4 lengths that day, and very good second place finish against on a very waterlogged turf course. He likes this course here at Chepstow, so I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be very surprised if this horse runs badly today. He then start before he ran at the at Chepstow, 3 miles in the handicap chase. Horse finished third by 3 1/4 lengths. He just needed a little longer. If he had the little longer distance, I think he could have got it. But he likes this course. He should really do well here. He's done well. If it's a very waterlogged turf course, he's done well over it. So he should do well. His last victory came at Utoxter in a 4 miles and 8th listed handicap chase. Horse won by 2 lengths. He's jumping very well, kept on going. Watch out for this one to run a big one. So to recap my bets for race number 5 from Chepstow, it's the Coral Welsh Grand National. Going to give you 3 top selections in this one. I'm going to use the 1-horse Native River. I'm also going to use the 5-horse Theater Guide. And I'm also going to use the 16-horse Firebird Flyer. So that was 1-5-16. 1-5-16. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.